Today, Koi will teach beginners how to perform the pendulum serve, one of the most popular serves in table tennis. This serve can generate side spin, backspin, and deceptive ball trajectories, making it difficult for opponents to predict the spin and direction of the ball. Before learning the swing motion or how to create spin, the first thing you need to master is the correct grip. When holding the racket for a pendulum serve, avoid gripping it too tightly. Keep your hand relaxed so your wrist can move freely. If your hand is tense, your wrist will become stiff, the ball will produce less spin, and the serve will look heavy and unnatural. Pay close attention here. The 3 fingers on the back of the racket should be positioned similarly to how Koi demonstrates in the video. This grip allows the racket face to move more freely, makes wrist action easier, and helps generate more spin when contacting the ball. Your thumb and index finger should lightly hold the handle. The grip should be firm enough to control the racket, but not so tight that it restricts movement. Remember, a spin serve is not about strength. The key factors are touch relaxation, wrist flexibility, and precise contact with the ball. When you learn to stay relaxed and feel the ball correctly generating heavy spin will become much easier and more natural. After learning the correct grip, the next step is to get into the proper ready position for the pendulum serve. For beginners, it is best to stand close to the table. This makes it easier to control the ball and develop a better feel for the serving motion. Standing too far away can make it more difficult to control the placement of the ball and maintain consistency during practice. Turn your body slightly sideways, just as Koi demonstrates in the video. Your playing side shoulder should be positioned slightly behind you, while the other shoulder points more toward the table. This stance creates more space for your arm swing and allows your wrist to move freely to generate spin. The distance between your feet should be about 1 natural step apart. Avoid standing too wide, as it can limit body rotation, and avoid standing too narrow, as it can affect your balance. Bend your knees slightly and keep your center of gravity low to improve stability and movement. Most importantly, keep your body relaxed. Do not tense up or force the motion. A good stance will make it much easier to perform the next steps of the serve, including tossing the ball, swinging the racket, and creating spin. Many beginners focus only on wrist action and forget that proper body positioning is the foundation of a smooth and effective serve. When your stance is balanced and relaxed, the entire pendulum serve becomes more natural, consistent, and powerful. After building a good ready position, we will now perform the full pendulum serve motion. First, toss the ball straight upward according to table tennis rules. Your palm must be fully open and the ball should be released naturally into the air. Do not throw the ball sideways and do not hide the ball during the serve. As the ball begins to fall, gently swing the racket upward to create momentum. This movement helps your body stay connected and makes the serve feel smoother and more natural. Next, rotate your arm and shoulder forward, bringing the racket face toward the ball at the right timing. At the exact moment of contact, use a quick wrist snap. This is the most important part of generating strong spin for the pendulum serve. Try to brush the ball lightly instead of hitting through it. A thin contact will create more spin and make it harder for your opponent to read the direction and spin of the serve. After completing the serve, immediately shift your body weight forward. Keep your eyes on your opponent and quickly return to the ready position. This allows you to attack right after your opponent receives the serve, giving you an advantage from the very first shot of the rally. Now let's learn how to create topspin with the pendulum serve. This type of spin is very effective because it often tricks your opponent into returning the ball too high, giving you an excellent opportunity to attack on the third ball. To generate topspin, slightly open the racket face upward as you approach the ball. Instead of contacting the bottom of the ball, brush the side of the ball while combining the contact with an upward racket motion. At the moment of contact, use a quick and explosive wrist snap. The more relaxed and flexible your wrist is, and the thinner your contact on the ball, the more spin you will produce. Remember, the key is not arm strength. Focus on wrist speed, touch, and precise ball contact. During practice, try serving topspin to 2 different locations: your opponent's forehand side and backhand side. Continuously changing the placement makes it much more difficult for your opponent to predict the direction of the serve and adapt to your patterns during a match. After executing the topspin, serve immediately return to a ready position. In many situations, your opponent may push the ball too high or make an unstable return because they misread the spin. This is exactly the opportunity you are looking for. As soon as you recognize a weak return, step in confidently and use your strongest forehand drive to attack. By combining a well-disguised topspin serve with an aggressive third ball attack, you can take control of the rally from the very beginning and put constant pressure on your opponent. Next, let's learn how to create backspin with the pendulum serve. This is one of the most commonly used serves in competition because it can force opponents to lift the ball too high or make mistakes if they misread the amount of spin. To generate backspin, slightly close the racket face as you prepare for contact. As the ball drops into the ideal contact zone, brush the bottom part of the ball with a smooth and controlled racket motion. The most important element is still the quick wrist snap at the moment of contact. Rather than hitting the ball hard, focus on making a very thin brushing contact. The thinner the contact, the more backspin you can create. The heavier the backspin, the more difficult it becomes for your opponent to control the return. During practice work on serving backspin to both the left and right corners of your opponent's side, constantly changing the placement makes it harder for your opponent to predict where the ball will land and more difficult for them to anticipate your tactical intentions. After completing the backspin serve, immediately return to a ready position. In most cases, your opponent will need to lift the ball in order to clear the net. This often produces a return that sits up slightly, creating an excellent attacking opportunity. When the ball comes back with the right height and trajectory, step forward confidently and execute a strong forehand loop. Combining a heavy backspin serve with a powerful third ball attack is one of the most effective strategies in table tennis, allowing you to take control of the rally and put your opponent under pressure from the very start. Finally, to make your pendulum serve truly effective, you need to practice consistently every day. Do not practice only one fixed direction. Instead, train yourself to serve to both the left and right sides of your opponent. When you can actively serve with topspin, backspin, short placement, long placement, left placement, and right placement, your opponent will find it much harder to read your serve. Serving is not just about putting the ball on the table. It is about creating an advantage from the very first contact. Remember, no advanced player develops a great serve after only a few practice sessions. If you serve 100 balls today, then another 100 tomorrow, and keep improving little by little every day, your touch and feeling will become much better. And when you have practiced 10,000 serves, you will truly understand how the ball spins, where it lands, and when you should attack. Thank you for watching this pendulum serve tutorial for beginners. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can keep improving our table tennis together every day.